Patriots in the green, and it will be Donovan Sprouse, as he is listed as a 197, but he will be on the mat tonight as the heavyweight. We are underway. Thank you so much for joining us tonight as Sprouse, again, a member of the, took part in the under 23 World Team Trials, finished 6th place in the mat a couple years back. Again, Ulrich, a guy who, talented wrestler, kind of stuck with folks in front of him. Will Jarrell, of course, the heavyweight for the Eagles for a while. And talking to Jason Borelli this week, he kind of said that, Ulrich has to be commended because of the fact that they weren't sure that Jarrell would be able to come back, got the extra year somewhat unexpectedly, but E-Man just kind of said, you know what, this is going to make me a better wrestler when it's all said and done.
See them coming out, starting the tie-ups. Heavyweights, they like to feel each other out a bit. I compare it to bears fighting sometimes. They're standing up tall. They don't want to, the bigger you are, the harder you fall.
Right now, no points on the board, as Ben said. And maybe a chance here.
Ulrich using his weight a little bit early. Get the stall call.
Quick stall call. Again, though, that more, I assume the referee and backing up more than just the part of the match where you'll see normal stall call times for guys maybe actually trying to kind of wear out a match.
Sprouse, coming up from 97, is going to have to play this match very intelligently. It's tough, and it's something you'll see Ulrich try to do, is use his weight to his advantage. You don't want to get stuck under a guy like Ulrich on a bad shot, certainly.
E-Man, a sizable competitor, but kind of low to the ground, so tough guy to deal with. Maybe not that extra height that you might see on some of those big heavyweights where you can get underneath of them a little easier.
See him working in that front head position, kind of looking to snap him. No snap yet. He's kind of, there you go.
Sprouse works his way out. 30 seconds to go in our opening period in our first match of the night. Folks, you didn't miss anything. We started off with the heavyweights. Something that Jason Borelli said about Ulrich is really about 3 matches by his count this year that Ulrich maybe missed out on wins just from kind of maybe doing a little too much or kind of making bad decisions in a match, and making sure that he can kind of keep within himself and play the smart way. And no points in our first period.
And that's an early in the season. Ulrich, it's his first season starting, and you are totally you don't like to make mistakes, but making him in the beginning of the year is much better than towards the end. So no problem so far. We're starting from bottom here.
Sprouse will look for the escape to get the first points on the board tonight. And there it is. Manuel Ulrich with a 5th place finish at the Navy Classic. They've seen the podium already this year. Ulrich heavy on the head. You think this is the pace that Ulrich wants?
He's controlling the pace. He's been controlling both pace and positioning really well. He's dominating on the weight side of things, so he's using that to his advantage, and he's been the one initiating the ties and controlling them for the most part.
Now Sprouse, a guy that has wrestled heavyweight before, kind of cut weight to get down to 197. outside the ring. And that's going to be a stall point on the second stall. We're tied up, Ben.
This is going to put Ulrich in a good position in the third as long as he can hold position well and not get scored on. But that puts the pressure on Donovan Sprouse. He will need to take a shot here at some point or go for some kind of offensive move from the feet if he wants to win.
10 seconds to go. Let's see if there's any late time action here. You're right. And that'll do it for our second period. So 1-1 score.
At the end of the second, all tied at 1. American University George Mason, 1 restarting initial assistant.
So interesting. Does not go down to look for the escape. Go neutral. So we stay tied at 1.
Avoiding the bottom position altogether. Game plan seems to be hold position well in the third and don't let it get out of hand. Sprouse is going to get maybe a little bit, not say desperate, but maybe a little more active here as the third period wears on and he needs to create some action. But it is on both guys, 1-1.
Under 90 seconds to go in regulation here. There's the shot. Can Sprouse finish it off?
You see those hips of that weight of Ulrich. Defends very well, spins around for the three.
And now trying to put all that weight back on Sprouse.
It's exactly why taking a shot with a guy like Ulrich coming up from 197 is always going to be a tough one.
Are you saying because of the bulk?
Yes, yeah, those big hips. That's what he got, a nice face full of heavyweight hips.
Again, Ulrich, great feet for a big man.
Very active on his feet. Ulrich is holding position very well.
Right now, stalls on his side of things. Ulrich can wrestle smart, and that'll do it. So Emmanuel Ulrich, Jason Borelli wanted him to wrestle a smarter match. He did it right there.
Absolutely. Really smart. Kept control the entire match. Great win.
On the mat, it's Cohen Baney, the redshirt sophomore from Julian, Pennsylvania. He and J.J. Peace have had a heck of a battle at 125. I think they're not supposed to let the music keep rolling, but someone forgot to turn it off. That's very interesting. You don't ever remember hearing wrestling during a match. If it was a basketball game, I think they would stop it.
Really setting the tone.
Well, you could say that again.
There we go. He's George Mason digging the unders here.
Mon, the grad student out of Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. So a keystone battle here. And Baney, a guy that has been tested in the room by J.J. Peace. Those two guys kind of, Peace coming despite Baney kind of establishing himself. So those two pushing each other. That's always a big thing in wrestling, as Coach Borelli has said. Look, it's one thing to be always going for positions and place, but when it's somebody coming to take your job, you're going to wrestle and work out even harder.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Iron sharpens iron, as they say. That's something Dance, credit to Coach Dance. He's been working with those lightweights in the room and doing a great job.
Just over a minute to go in our opening period of our 125s, our second match of the night. No score for Mon and Baney.
Baney with the Russian 2-on-1. See if he can pull some offense off of it or transition.
Look at that little trip takedown. Unable to get it.
Getting back to the 2-on-1 Russian Tide. Underhook across. That's all tied up. Getting him bundled. Baney's going to be looking for a quick transition here. Either to a leg attack, a snap, chain something here with short time.
See all that torque there. Either guy able to gain an advantage right now, and buzzer will go off before Baney could finish off that move, and Mon will choose the down position. Baney went 2-2 out the Navy Classic. His last match was a win at the Boilermaker Duels against Talon Parsons of Northern Illinois. Went 3-2 that night. Going with a 3-2 record on the year. And there's the escape. So Mon up 1-0.
First period, we saw Baney try and get to those 2-on-1s, those Russian arm ties, and work offense from there. We'll see if we progress.
Didn't see much scoring in our heavyweight match. Our 125 kind of hanging that way right now, though Mon trying to get some action going to Frank Beasley, his coach's approval.
Very measured here on both sides. Not trying to overcommit.
Coming up on 30 seconds to go in the second period. Still Ben Mon with the 1-0 lead on Americans Cohen Baney.
Back to fighting for that tie with the underhook across. There you go, looking for that quick go behind transition. Not two yet.
And that will do it for our second period. So a little flurry there, Ben, but ultimately not much out of it.
Yeah, flurry at the end of both periods, but neither guy willing to be super aggressive and risk giving up points.
There you see the intensity of head coach Jason Borelli. In his 5th season with the Eagles, out of Central Michigan, wrestled for his father. Right now, Mon pulling down that riding time advantage. Baney a little bit stuck right now.
Riding tough, sitting back on that leg a little bit. Baney's going to look to build his base here, get his knees out from under him. He's going to try and limp leg out. It's hard to do much of anything when your leg's caught up back.
Riding time moving up to 24 seconds. Still plenty of time, but Baney has got to get moving. Doesn't want to get ridden out. Take the loss. Or even ridden up to over a minute. Right now, riding time's coming up. Might be a factor. Baney can't seem to get loose from Mon.
Yeah, he's having trouble breaking that tie. Mon's been sitting back on that leg. Doing a really good job of riding on top.
Has the leg out, but
keeping a good tight waist.
We're over a minute of riding time, so at this point, that point will be coming Mon's way. But you hear the Mason wrestlers not active tonight, banging those chairs. They're loving this performance right now. That's a stall warning on Baney.
Yeah, really tough ride. Really tough ride for Mon.
5 seconds left.
At this level, top can just be a huge difference maker. Was in this match tonight.
So Ben Mon with the 2-0 win. He gets the point for the riding time as he ties the team score up at 3-all. We pause in our nation as if we're going to see Ray Lopez tonight, it'll be at 141. So, battle of youngsters here. And Luciani is right now a fill-in, as normally Ryan Sullivan would be the 141 for the Patriots, but he is injured right now. Talking to Frank Beasley before the match, he said really looking at as a quick start here. Did he finish it off? Martin.
Early attack and a re-attack.
No points given there. Luciani has that leg. And
locking up a cradle.
But he loses it. And still no points given. Look at that scrambling, Ben.
That's how you start a match, I'll tell you what. Reshot straight into a scramble. Cradle broken, that's great. Electric.
Luciani looked headed towards his back and has kept that momentum going, and no points awarded. Luciani trying to get that leg over, can't do it. And now it's Martin that might be in trouble.
He's hanging on. Awkward, but he's hanging on.
Jason Borelli calling for the stalemate, doesn't get it.
That's about the best that Martin can hope for from this position.
Still 1:45 to go in the period. And finally we get the stalemate call. That'll bring him back to the middle.
More of that. That's great. As you see, has the cradle locked up, but it's an awkward position, has to bail. Great little scramble there.
Both these guys from the Commonwealth of Virginia. Luciani, a 4-time state championship in Virginia. Martin from down in the middle of the state. Said about as gritty, as tough as they come. These two, I'm sure, probably met on a mat somewhere over the years in VA.
Luciani being very aggressive still.
Finally, there's your three, and maybe some back points to go with it.
Looks like they're holding three. Yep, 3 and 3. It's a quick 3 count. Certainly exposed. As Luciani has been continuing to push the pace and has a little ball and chain locked up underneath. Might try and take him over for a tilt. Looking to run a bar now. lost that. Putting a ton of pressure from the top position.
Down to 5 in the period, so Martin will hang on here, but Luciani, after being in trouble for a split second, ends up with a 6-0 lead, leaving period 1.
Really good, jacking up that underhook, taking over for a little throw to a go behind. Really aggressive pace here from Luciani.
So into period number 2, Luciani with the 6-0 lead off the takedown and the 3 back points.
This is one of those matches you feel anything can happen at any point.
Stall warning on Martin coming our way. And talking to Frank Beasley, he said, look, Luciani, a kid that can get on a roll and put up a lot of points quick, wrestles in flurries. Boy, you couldn't have a more apt description of your wrestler than that. We were thinking Luciani might see Ray Lopez tonight, but instead he ends up taking on fellow freshman Colin Martin. Luciani and wrestled in Virginia for Sharando High School, won 4 state championships. There's 6 classifications in the state. He won in Class 4. So
It's an action call out, it looks like.
looks like Luciani might have hurt his ankle. So Martin will be down, trying to find a point, and looked like he had a shot at it. But Luciani,
Great switch. Martin's got that switch, and he's building up, trying to get that leg and shelf it.
Reversal would be big here, short time, 20 seconds in the period. Jason Borelli hopping mad right now. Very, very, very rarely do you see Jason Borelli that incensed.
He didn't like that early stoppage. They were getting to a point, they were not quite, a little early stalemate for my like as well. Makes it a lot tougher on Bandy to get out. But another switch, quick. Three seconds. Oh.
Does get the one. Mason gonna throw the brick.
Mason disagrees. It looks like they are going to argue there's no separation there. It looked like it might not have been a break in control.
So let's check this out on the review. While we do that one, I'll let you know that you can catch inside the. I just wanted to get the regular break time out.
Oh, I mean, he's right off the bat, really fast. Right to that left leg.
So now a 9-1 lead. Also has riding time in his favor, so he's got a major decision in the back pocket right now. Let's see if Luciani's able to work on it.
It's a battle of team points in this third period. Martin will not want to give up an added point, extra points, even down big at this stage. Borelli's going to be encouraging him to get out and try and get points back. Really good switch.
Off the mat, so they'll bring him back in.
Martin proving to be dangerous from that bottom switch position. Both guys with a couple big inhales before they tie up. Really good chain wrestling. Counters on counters, and Luciani ends out on top. Really savvy.
Now under 35 seconds to go. Has the riding time point in the back pocket. Let's see if he lets him up and tries to score again, or tries for a turn, probably more likely to get those points he would need for a tech fall.
Cranking that tight waist. Certainly making the last little bit of this match not enjoyable for Martin. Watch that elbow.
Down to 5 seconds. Luciani trying one more time, looks up and realizes that's what he's got. So Luciani came in on the season 1-3. He ends up with the victory as he wins it 13-2.
Luciani is explosive. You talk about someone else who's explosive, Raymond Lopez.
Ray with some big wins already on the season. Beats then 5th-ranked Jacob Van D of Nebraska and his own teammate Max Leet, who was ranked 29th at the Navy Classic. Beat Purdue's Blake Boardman up at West Lafayette. And it's a thing that Coach Borelli said, look, Ray was kind of on the edge of some really big wins, and he got one, and the floodgates have kind of opened for him this year.
Yeah, he's one of the kids you want to keep an eye on. It's really between the summer off-season workouts, see who's making jumps, and he's one of those ones I've been looking at for a while now. He's really solid, can get bonus points out of all sorts of positions, and he's explosive. A lot of fun to watch. Great gas tank and great mentality late in matches as well.
You were talking about that with Lopez, just can wear opponents down with that motor that just doesn't seem to end. Heisey, the freshman. Coach Frank Beasley talks about that he's very dialed in on all the little things, diet, nutrition, weight. The guy that he really thinks is going to be a heck of a wrestler for them, and likely going to be a red shirt this year, but needed some guys because of some of the other injury issues they had. So he gets the Ray Lopez duty today, and can Lopez find some points?
Circling around, he's going to look to shelf that leg if he can get to it. You're feeling those extra pounds here. It does make a difference, but Ray looking really good. Look like he's about to finish here. That's a 3-point. Transitioning really well. Looking to lock up that leg, maybe get a figure 4.
With a minute to go in the period, Lopez going to work. He's not giving up much right now.
Lopez looking for wrist ties.
Looks like some blood on Heisey's shoulder. I don't know if that's his or that's from Lopez. And Mason out of the ring. So they'll bring him back in. 13 seconds left to go. Lopez comes in 7-1 on the season, a 3-1 dual meet record. And that'll take us to the end of the first period.
Second score for One American University. Leads George Mason by a score of 3-0.
And Lopez, a winner at the Navy Classic this year, 4-0 record. We talked about those big wins. One against Gunnar Andrick of West Virginia, one of the, I believe, 2 American wrestlers to win that day against the Mountaineers. And then went 2-1 at the Boilermaker duels.
He's building his base up right now. Heisey working to keep him down. There you go. Good escape.
4-0 lead for Lopez. You talked about it. Coach Borelli marveled at it as well. Not only the motor, but the work ethic for Lopez. Now I have to work to keep that leg away from Heisey being able to do much with it.
Yeah, just heavy hips, not letting him build up from that position.
And Ben, it's one thing that Coach Borelli said, and it's kind of been this way since he was a freshman. Always first one in the workout room, last one out. It's almost always that way with Ray Lopez.
Great work ethic. With a kid who's giving up a little weight on and being able to get, it's not a riding time point now, but he was above riding time. If he can finish this match out in aggregate, that's a tough thing to do, giving up weight.
And Coach said, again, it's not that he's the greatest athlete, he just makes up for it with grit and hard work, which is a tough combo to be able to fend off.
Tucks the head, giving him heavy hips. Heisey building up though.
10 seconds remaining, 10 seconds.
Looking to hook the leg and finish off of it. If he can clear his head, he's going to be in really good position to finish. No time.
No points, so they'll send him back to the middle as looking like Heisey's going to go down, looking for that escape and then a takedown to tie the match.
Lopez got a really good transition off his first takedown, was able to hold him down off of it. We'll see how he can do off the fresh restart in the third.
Lopez trying to break him down. Is this an area where the bigger wrestler has a bit of an advantage, maybe more so than a normal, if Lopez is wrestling 133?
Absolutely. I mean, it's that at those weights, you get a little bit of the difference. I've had to bump up to 84 from 174, and that margin doesn't feel quite the same as I would say a 141 to 33. You really feel that strength difference. There's not a whole lot of body fat on these guys. .110
and rolling in our final period. As Lopez wrestling up against Tate Heisey, trying for AU's second win of the day. Heisey with a nice deke there on that previous move.
Lopez staying very active, keeping center, holding good position. Lopez is great from the front head position. Currently he's got his elbow tied up. See if he can get it to a short arm. Now it's shallow.
Wrestlers back to their feet. Let's see if Lopez stays on the attack. Heisey, that shot. Lopez looking for a cradle.
Really good re-attack off of that. A little bit desperate shot from Heisey. Lopez smells blood in the water. Not enough time.
Jason really talented wrestler, a guy they have kind of been waiting on to see if he can find a way to break through. They say his work ethic is up there with Ray Lopez, but just has not seen the results that he or his coaches thought. And it's going to be a tough matchup here against Caden Cassidy. Cassidy with a top 10 win already this year for Cade Brown at Pitt.
Cassidy's chaining them together early. Good shot from Owen. Out the back. Two.
Gives up the 3 there.
Really good re-attack from Cassidy.
Coaches talk about how Caden Cassidy kind of headed for really far and away his best season. Just rolling right now, dangerous in every position, and also can put guys on their back as they have the stall warning. And Owen trying to get off his back.
It's a 4 count.
Wow, 4 back points there, so already a lot on the board. A 7-0 lead for Cassidy on Owen.
That's how Cassidy likes that right boot. I think that's something that Owen understands. You saw him, it must be a game plan thing, tried to block off that leg coming in to start, which led them to that standing tilt position, which Cassidy was ultimately able to capitalize off of. And again with another tilt.
Owen able to get off his back, but another 4 points on the board for Cassidy as he is eyeing a tech fall early on here. So 1 point for the escape.
Dangerous, dangerous wrestler from the top position. Tough position to be in if you're Owen, trying to prevent those legs from that on that right side, that leg from coming in. You might see him block off, but the problem is that Cassidy's also going to go for that wrist.
Cassidy, the redshirt senior from Bedford, Pennsylvania.
Gets that leg in, slips it in much easier this time.
Cassidy just kind of attacking every part of Owen's body right now. Pressure and torque on the head and neck right there.
Certainly not a comfortable position to be in for Owen. Cassidy really putting it on.
30 seconds remaining, 30 seconds.
Stalemate, so they will pick it back up. Mason wrestler's not happy with that. Cassidy seems nonplussed by it all with the 10-point lead. Under 15 seconds to go in our opening period, our 5th match of the night. George Mason with the 7-6 lead in the team score, and that will do it for our opening period. There you see Jason Borelli again. He's talking to Coach Borelli this week. So happy that the Meltzer Center, the new athletics building, coming online, and we'll have not their next match against Maryland, but the one after that will be in that building, and just happy about what that facility may provide for the future of AU wrestling.
Oh, I'm very excited to be in there. It's a long time coming, but that facility is going to be fantastic for the program.
going on here right now. But that could change in a hurry. And there's the escape for Cassidy.
Remaining 1 minute.
Re-attack from Owen. Close to 2.
No points awarded.
No points awarded, yeah.
Owen trying to find something right here. Stay in this match.
Getting something back in the second would be great for Owen if he's able. Cassidy doesn't have quite the same pace he came out with in the first period.
30 seconds remaining. 30 seconds.
But he does have that big lead. Can Owen chip into it? So, 15 seconds left here in the second.
10 seconds remaining. 10 seconds.
And that'll do it for period number 2. So Caden Cassidy has been dominant here in the first 2 periods. We head on to the third.
American University 12-1 as the third begins.
Good slide by from Cassidy. Looking to shelf that leg. Shelf and then limp arm. Owen preventing that far leg from slipping in. Keeping a good whizzer. Able to get the stalemate.
Like you said, Ben, Cassidy's pace is, his pace, but his scoring is definitely slowed down here in the second and third periods. It looked like it might be an easy tech fall for him, but he's kind of gotten shut off since.
Yeah, you never know where kids are at early in the season. Sometimes it's, at this point, he's just looking to manage this match, just be not good shot on the right side there. Looking to shelf. Owen keeping his wrist tied up. It's going to be hard to hold on to that for.
Remember, Cassidy does have the riding time point in the back pocket, more than likely. So it could be a tech fall if he can find 3. Right now, though, under 25 seconds to go. A lot of scoring chances here. And they'll bring him back in.
As I was saying earlier, before a nice shot came in, you don't know where kids are at in the season. Some gas tanks are in different places. Sometimes kids don't want to overexpend if they think they'll put themselves in a bad position. Cassidy, a half-hearted shot, I'll call that.
Yeah, the way he kind of landed, you almost were worried that there was something wrong with him. But you're right, I think it was just more of I'll give this one last shot and I'll take my major decision. So a 13-1 win for Caden Cassidy, and the team score grows again for George Mason.
Dominant from the top position is the difference.
So now up 11-6 as we move up to the 157s. Milheim has had some moments in his AU career. A little bit like Gage Owen, where kind of looking for a little more this year. Both guys have struggled a bit early on.
Right side out. Going to shelf that shot is Stavka. Got a deep underhook on the right side, Stofka.
Stofka out of Virginia Beach, Virginia. He's a sophomore. Milheim, the redshirt sophomore out of Muncie, Pennsylvania. And Milheim worked on his fitness level this offseason as Stofka has some legs, but Milheim back in there.
He's got the ankle hooked, but Milheim giving it up.
So 3 points on the board for George Mason's Thomas Stofka.
Stofka wanted to put that right leg in. Now he's working on it with his left.
Let him go, and Stofka calling for some type of injury timeout, it looks like. Maybe blood. That might be an injury. Looks like for the second time tonight we've had an issue with a foot or an ankle.
Potentially a cramp.
Okay. Wow.
It looks like they're massaging the calves there. It could be a hydration thing post weigh-ins.
Eagles fans, wrestling parents, and alumni, join the Eagles Club to strengthen your support for AU wrestling. Ongoing contributions from alumni, families, and friends are vital to helping our teams compete for championships and sustain a program of excellence year after year. Learn more and make your mark via the Giving tab at aueagles.com. Yeah, he kind of motioned to the official and to the bench and quickly went down.
At the restart, American University will be in the 10th position.
So Milheim down.
Got the wrist looking for a tilt.
Some of this earlier on. Some good rides by Mason.
Yeah, they've been they were like hooking the ankles a lot. Nice escape.
1 point, AU.
I'm trying to work from there, catch wrists.
Gets the escape there. And no points yet. Stofka might have held on too long, put himself in a tough spot, and there is your 3.
Good step over. Great point in the match to look for a scoring opportunity from Milheim. Gets that back there.
Big chance for the Eagles here. Get back into this match, down 5 points on the team score.
Working from the crab ride is Milheim.
No crossface in there, but not able to do much with it. And that'll take us to the end of the first period with Milheim up by 2.
At the end of one, American University leads George Mason 9-3. American University will restart in the down position.
Milheim chooses down. We'll see how quickly he can escape.
1 point, AU.
It's more of a let up than an escape.
Stofka had the opening flurry. Milheim has rallied back with some escapes and a takedown. Stofka right now filling in for the ailing DJ McGee. One of the many frontline wrestlers out for the Patriots. Again, George Mason expected to or projected to be the top team in the league.
Great re-attack from Milheim. Going to look to switch to one leg and finish out the back here soon. Stavka covering up the ankles, trying to make it complicated. Ref's going to keep a careful eye on those knees there. Inching toward a takedown. This could turn to back points if Stavka's not careful.
30 seconds remaining.
I think Frank Beasley was looking for the stalemate. There goes the takedown, but Stavka stays off his back.
From my experience with hydration, if it is a hydration issue and you're getting cramps, it comes also a question of a gas tank for the match. And that's what I'm wondering here is how well can Stavka hold up through the duration of this match?
Well, he's got one more period to go. We'll see if he can summon something up. As after the quick start, Milheim has been able to take over. Now with a 9-3 lead, and Jason Borelli would love to get a bonus point out of this one to get it back within 3. So we've been told the music was here for the last match. So I guess something a little different they're trying this year.
It's a feature.
So something new, kind of replicating what they do in NCAAs. Under 90 to go in regulation as Stavka cut loose by Milheim. Gets the escape. So now 9-4. Riding time right now not a factor. And
a little tangled up. Milheim rolls through. Gonna look to elevate it. A little tied up. The refs are going to be watching that knee again.
Completely get that appreciation for these guys. Not only the strength, but the flexibility that they have to have. You don't see bodies torqued like this in other sports. At least not sometimes in a haphazard fashion in other sports, but the planning is what makes it different for wrestling.
Yeah, some kids it almost seems like they almost like having their knee at that angle if it means that they can turn the corner and get a takedown off of it.
Sometimes good to have those loose joints. Down to 10 seconds as Stavka makes one more push. And there's 3. So Milheim with the late 3 will give a major decision to American, and a young mistake by Stavka there. Limited action last year for Kraft, looking for his first win of the season. As Albert at 165, filling in for Evan Mag, the George Mason standout. So
early headlock attempt from Albert.
And stalemate, that'll bring him back into the middle. Albert the freshman from Saucon Valley High School. Albert listed on the roster, Ben, as a 147. Excuse me, as a 149.
149 up at 50.
Was actually listed as a 147, so there's a typo there. But I'm assuming that's 149. But still, 2 weight classes up, at least from what his original projected weight would be.
You love that. It's one of those dual meets. You have, coaches are putting together to line up to win. Getting late in the duel, it's close. You can tell things are starting to heat up a little bit.
Yeah, the Mason bench looking for a stall there. It doesn't look like they got it. So Patriots with the 1-point team score lead on the Eagles. So every match important down the stretch.
Albert certainly seems to be not afraid of going upper body. Currently digging a deep left side underhook. Kraft fought out of it.
Right now, Albert pushing the pace. And Kraft used the size advantage, though kind of by looks of it, doesn't look like it right off the bat. But definitely where they started out, and there is a 3 on the takedown.
Big 3-point takedown.
Whistle will blow.
Off the reshot. Into not quite a double leg, but effectively. Really good re-attack.
Interesting looking ahead. 174. Logan Messer's had a great start to the season. He's there for the Patriots. And good mat return there. Hunter Homan, the youngster, seemingly in line to wrestle at 174.
10 seconds remaining, 10 seconds.
Right now, this might be Albert is trying to get out there, do his best. With some of the big guns coming up after him. So a 3-0 lead. Or they use Austin Kraft. He'll start in the down position.
Reversal.
So on the board for Kraft. A 5-0 lead. A big chance for Kraft here, not only get his first win, but maybe get some bonus points for the Eagles.
1 point, George Mason.
One comes back on the escape.
Great re-attack from Kraft. Down blocks off of that shot to the left side. Spins around for the 3.
1 point, George Mason.
Now, bonus point territory for Kraft. Still plenty of time to go, not only in this period, but in the match. Shot attempt with a counter by Kraft has worked a few times where he got both of his takedowns.
6 seconds remaining, 30 seconds.
That's the thing with Kraft, really, even though he's 0-6 on the season, 5 of his losses were pretty close. His last via tech fall against the third best wrestler in America at his weight class.
10 seconds.
If he can keep things going, this will be great for his confidence.
And that will finish out the second period.
At this level, it really is the margins from the very top to outside the top 30 might be significant enough to get tech falls and things like that, but at this level the margins really are, it comes down to mental more often than not. Getting a good confidence building win and you can do wonders.
2 minutes away from that is Austin Kraft. He'll start in the up position. Let's see if he looks to ride. Does have right now the riding time point likely on his side. That would still only get him to 9-2, so he lets him go. He'll go for a takedown to get to that 8-point margin.
Nice. Kind of a knee pick off the underhook. Transitioning here. He's got the leg figure forward.
Kraft would love a turn here to get some back points. Maybe put something in his mind about an even bigger victory, but right now it doesn't appear that Albert looking to give that up, as he'll get back to his base. Coming up on 30 seconds to go in regulation. Kraft trying to get some movement. Albert fighting him off. Down to 20.
And seconds remaining.
And looks like that is going to do it, as it'll be a bonus point victory, the major decision for Austin Kraft, as American takes the lead back with the 12-3 win. That'll put the Eagles up 14-11 with 3 matches. Messer coming off a MAC Wrestler of the Week award. As Messer won the Black Knight Invitational up at Army with a 4-0 record. Ended up with 2 tech falls on his way to that title. Bowman scrambling away. Bowman, the sophomore from Grove City, Pennsylvania.
All tied up here. Looking for a little measured to start.
That's for the grad student out of Ohio. We've said before, Mason in the MAC, so a lot of those smaller Ohio, Michigan, Buffalo, those schools are their opponents. So not surprising they would have some kids from that general area who decided to come east.
Fighting for that inside tie. Fought off that shot, digs it underhook. Hamann does.
Slow scoring start to this one. No points on the board with 2 minutes gone in our opening period.
1 minute.
Doing a bit of feeling out, working through the ties, trying to find an opening on both sides.
Messer tied for the wins lead for George Mason last year.
Hamann with the shot to the left leg, stuck under currently. See if he can build up. Stalemated.
Point lead in the team score for AU. Can we get some short time scoring here? We will not. So scoreless we go to the second period.
American University is tied with George Mason, 0-0.
Borelli wants him on the feet. Avoiding the bottom position for now.
Mason and American University will restart in the neutral position. And the overall match points, American University currently leads George Mason 14-11.
Doing a good job so far fighting off Messer. He's come in hot to this event. Pace is slowed a bit in this one. Messer, a guy that's been kind of a vocal leader in the wrestling room for this Mason team since getting on campus. Stall warning on Omen.
1 minute remaining, 1 minute.
As Coach Frank Beasley said, kind of time for him to have a breakout. As does it in the room on a daily basis, but hasn't really translated as much as it should have. And no points. Oh, we got awful close.
Close, but no cigar there.
Well, put the points on the board. So 42 seconds left in the second period.
Back to the ties.
That shot, not there. Can Messer find some points late? Tillman giving him move for move right now. And we will go to the final period in a scoreless tie.
First score is 2, American University, George Mason. All tied at 0.
Now, the one good thing for George Mason is that Messer will start down and see if Homan's just going to cut him. Well, looks like he's going to try to ride him out.
We'll see how much he commits to this ride here. Not a big commitment. We're going to end this on the feet.
So right now, Logan Messer trying to hold a 1-point lead, as Homan's going to have to try to find a way for a takedown. Some way to get a point to Get this to an extra session, and right now it might be Messer getting the points.
Really good high crotch transition. Got the leg up now. Messer's covering. Hasn't been able to limp. Has limped. Got 2 arms on the left leg. Gonna try and cover now. Maybe pull it back in from this position.
That's exactly what he's doing.
He's gonna take his time here. He's in a good position to finish. He doesn't want to be too eager. But really good defense from Hamann, knowing his mat awareness, knowing where he was, getting out of that really dicey situation. Really good awareness from Hamann there. Still down 1 though. He needs to find his own offense.
Under 50 seconds to go.
Big implications on the team score down the stretch.
There's 2 matches to go after this. We started at the heavyweights. So one of American's big guns off the table in that regard. As Manuel Ulrich started off with a win. He won't be the anchor here. Another 20 seconds. And at 10, Messer content to keep Hamann at bay, and there he gets 3 late points.
Potentially an injury late.
And yeah, I think you're right. I thought for a second it might have just been him being tired.
The winner from George Mason by a final of 4-0, Logan Messer.
Messer will get the win. He's going to be a good sport and wait on his opponent. And now they will checking out Hamann for a lower body injury. He looks to be in a great deal of pain. You're right, he kind of just gave that up at the last second.
Yeah, it was a little. Sometimes people kind of go down a little bit, and that didn't look great. Hopefully he'll be all right. Maybe mental games, extracurricular mental games going on here for this match.
So we'll be Jack Kelly. So now the question becomes, does Duval wrestle up at 197? So maybe some strategy here, but again, Campos up a weight class, and as talking to Coach Borelli, asked him about it, and he said, look, we know the talent that Campos has. He really likes to lift weights. He really likes to eat. So he thought he could make a credible 184, as opposed to a guy maybe going up and not being able to compete. He can get up there and add on the good weight. So
I'll tell you what, Campos is a strong kid.
keeps moving up in the weight classes. Kind of came in, kind of that wiry look to him, but he's definitely filled out. That is for sure. Kelly on the season is winless. So we'll see what Campos can do. There's the takedown.
Blast double. Out of no tie-up, just from the open. Explosive finish from Campos. He has that power. Cranking a tight waist.
So likely going to come into who can maybe have their lesser wrestler acquit themselves better. Looking like it could be Caleb Close at 197.
Ooh.
Campos going to work. There's three more.
3 points, AU.
Kelly, the freshman from Rumson, New Jersey.
George Mason.
Campos maybe looking to make this a takedown night.
30 seconds remaining. 30 seconds.
Just goes for that left side single. He's just right there, grabbed it, lifted it up, got the takedown.
So Campos
10 seconds
now
remaining. 10 seconds.
look for a turn here, but content to ride out the period on Kelly.
One American University leads George Mason 9-2.
Out from the open. Boom, finish. Great double leg from Campos.
American University will restart in the down position.
Campos trying to sit out. Good job by Kelly to keep him in for now.
Working on the hands, Campos.
I tell you, this Mason wrestler's done a good job grapevine that leg today.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Saved himself a few escape points. There's Kelly looking for a pin, but Campos turns him over. He's got him on his back now. Can he finish it off? Kelly trying to get back over. Would be a huge pin right here for the Eagles. Does he have it? Does he have it?
This is huge. He just got to settle. He's got it.
There it is, and an absolutely huge turn of events. As Campos at one point, Ben looked like he might be in trouble, turned it like a snap of your fingers.
Yeah. And that's how it happens for Campos. Sometimes you feel like he lives by the sword and he dies by the sword, but those moments of explosion right there, he can be so decisive. Just rolls through, he resettles, adjusts his hands, gets under the neck, lifts up the head, gets those shoulders to touch, boom.
So the second period fall, so that will put us in our final match of the night as the Eagles with a 6-point lead. And we did have a match come down to criteria last year. We saw Jason Borelli and company trying to figure it out at the table. Caleb Close for American as
This is the final bout of the night.
he goes for the Eagles and in quickly.
Early outside signal.
So it is Malachi Duvall. So one of the best for Mason. He'll be looking for his pin to match Campos.
You see, even at this point, he was cheating toward that cradle off of the single and did not even get the single leg finish. So that's the energy going into this match. It's big points, big moves to give them a shot at a criteria. And I'm not even sure where they would be sitting at this point on criteria.
Right now, if you're the Eagles, if you're close, you know what your job is don't get pinned. And one of the more famous duels of the last 10 years or so, that famous Penn State, Ohio State, where forget the heavyweight wrestler, but basically had to not get pinned by Kyle Snyder, the Olympian, and that was his entire job, managed to do it. As you saw Snyder trying to make all the big moves to get the pin. Like exciting duel meet up in Happy Valley that night where the Nittany Lions won it. But kind of a similar scenario here for Close against the heck of a competitor in Duvall.
I think that might have been Neville's at that point.
I think you're right. I think it was Seth Neville's.
Because I think Cesar was at 97, didn't move up yet, and he got the big upset.
And again,
there we go.
Just shows you how the dual meet is so much different than the tournaments where, in your tournament you're wrestling for yourself. The dual meet, you got a job to do.
Oh, yeah.
Duvall coming in at 6-1 on the year.
Close. He's got the leg up. He's looking for the finish. Duval defending well. Got the whizzer. Got him back down to the match close to the edge. Not a lot of movement. Stalemate.
Both guys breathing a little heavy. You can see it. Some good shots from our camera work. Just right in front of us. Both guys taking some deep breaths. Down to 20 seconds here in our opening period. Malachi Duval needs the fall to send this one to Criteria.
10 seconds remaining, 10 seconds.
And there's your three. So the first points of the match by Duval on the takedown.
Yeah, found that opening in the double in space. Great takedown to get at the end of the first.
George Mason to first. American University decides to restart in the neutral position.
Nothing match score, 6-point lead for the Eagles here in our final match. Close, the freshman from Snowshoe, Pennsylvania. As Jason Borelli says, kind of as a freshman, very talented, cares, but kind of has those freshman pains as he gives up three there, gets frustrated. Not really as far away as he thinks he is. So kind of having to deal with that as coaching staff just to make sure that he stays with it and doesn't get too discouraged.
It's tough. It's tough transitioning from high school to college. Duval is showing a little bit of why with the bar half in. Kids ride really tough from the top position. Duval started wearing down in the hand fight a little bit, and that's where you saw that second takedown come from. The Mason crowd jeering for a stall call here.
Duval trying his best, just yanking on that arm to get some movement. Still 35 seconds left in the period.
30 seconds remaining, 30 seconds.
There's your stall. Jason Borelli's got the brick out.
If you're close, you're going to want to try and get your knees up under you here. Get him untangled. Just try and get him under you so you can start working on those hands. He's in a tough position here, close. Duval doing a good job on top.
And that'll do it for the period. So 2 minutes to go. If Close can avoid getting pinned, American will win the match. If Duval can get the fall, we go to Criteria.
You want to be mindful if you're close here. I don't think you can give up enough stalls to DQ yourself, but it's always something to be mindful of now that you're on the stall call. Just want to be careful. Don't be active on bottom. If you're Duval here, you're stepping up the urgency.
There's the stall again. Point awarded. Makes it 7-0.
Close has to be careful. He's letting that half kind of slip in with that shallow bar arm on the opposite side. There you go. He's got his elbows back.
First trying to keep moving. Down to minute and 10 seconds. Duval trying to break him down.
Pretty soon, Duval will start maybe trying to circle out front. He tries something a little more desperate.
There's another point.
There we see him out front in the front head position, looking for a front headlock, cement mixer, something that could get some points quick for him. In particular, a fall. Yep.
Brick is out.
Little too loose, little too forced.
And now,
Seemed like a challenge from, that was like 20 seconds ago maybe.
Yep.
Borelli was holding on to that, or he threw it a bit ago.
he definitely get the pin with Campos and hope that Close could hang with Duval, which he hadn't done a bad job of so far. Now
Tight
Duval.
Whizzer wants to avoid that front head position.
There's 3. That's not the big thing right now. Even a tech fall doesn't hurt the Eagles. And
If I'm
out.
close, I'm getting in. I'm taking a shot, something to just get in on a leg, stay there, or just stay out of the ties. We've got 11 seconds. 11 seconds. We might just avoid the ties entirely if we can.
One last shot for Duval. Heavy hips by Close. And the freshman will come through as he avoids the fall and gives the Eagles the win, as it'll be a major decision for Malachi Duval, but a team win for American.
Great match. Great match.
So the Eagles, after maybe a little below their standards at the Boilermaker Duels, will come back home and get a win over rival George Mason